Last time on Out Chasing Stars, we spent as much time as possible under the water at Hoga Island in Wakatobi National Park, ate some very strange seafood, filled our dive tanks, and went our separate ways for a boys and girls night. The next rally stop was a special one, so it wasn't long before we upped anchor and prepared for a day of light wind sailing to get to Pasar Wajo. About to say you're looking pretty chill, but asleep I guess might be the better term, huh?
I am tired.
Oh, did I make you wake up early this morning?
Yes, you did, but
I'm so sorry.
I don't mind that much.
Well, why do we have to wake up early?
We left Hoga Island and we are bound for Pasar Wajo.
Yeah, about 55 miles, so had to get a full-on day.
Yeah, and really light winds. So we have our Spinnaker up.
Wait, what? Spinnaker's up?
Big deal, big day.
And it hasn't ripped yet?
It has not ripped yet.
That's exciting.
We've got a little consort of 4 boats here. Slow Flight, Mirni, and Elan, all with Raleigh. And yeah, we're headed. This is going to be a big rally stop. Everybody's there. Almost everybody's there. So we will see if there's room for us, because we're like the last ones to come in.
Yeah, that's okay. We'll squeeze in somewhere.
Yeah.
To be honest, our Spinnaker still kind of scares me. We've had a lot of trouble with it in the past, but you'll never get better unless you actually use it. Trying something a little bit different today. We have done wing on wing with our Screecher and our Genoa a lot, and we really like that. What we're doing, as you can see, we've got the Spinnaker and the Genoa for our wing on wing setup today, but it's really light winds. We're seeing true wind speeds of like 10 knots to like 7, so the Genoa's having a little bit of trouble staying full, but it does seem like it's funneling just a touch bit more air to the Spinnaker, and we've definitely picked up at least, you know, almost half a knot, which is pretty good. So keeping my fingers crossed everything stays where it's supposed to up there. A little tough to see off in the distance, but that out there is our friend's Slow Flight. They left just a few minutes before we did this morning, and we've been going about the same pace. They've got a symmetric Spinnaker they're flying, which I think is working a little better for them, but you know, we're going the same place, we be racing. The winds were so light that it was perfect to send the drone up. That allowed me to get an eyeful of our competition and marvel at just how awesome the boats look under sail. We are closing in on our next stop of Pasar Wajo. It's been an interesting sail. The wind has been very light and shifty. The Spinnaker folded in on itself twice, which is how we ripped it completely in half when we were sailing to the Galapagos, so that made me a bit nervous. Fortunately, we were able to dive a little bit further upwind, get it filled up again, so no problem. We've now jibed, so we're on a port tack as we head on in, and yeah, dodging all these little like fishing huts and stuff, but you know, we're going slow. This may be about the slowest we've ever sailed before. Right now we're doing about 3.5 knots and 7 knots of true wind, so it's slow, but we're making it. I'm very happy to report that we did in fact win the race and make it into Pasar Wajo before Slow Flight. And it's a good thing we did too, as the Anchorage was packed. We were all here for the festival Pesona Budaya Tua Buton, but as it always goes with life on a boat, there were a few projects to take care of first. I've been at work this morning trying to add the first round of diesel from the jerry cans that we've gotten here in Indonesia into our tanks. Other people have had a few issues with diesel they've gotten, so as always I used my glass jar here and tried to take a look at things before I put it in the tank, and it actually looked pretty decent. It's a biodiesel that's here in Indonesia, which is not the world's best for like kind of rubber components and stuff like that in the engines, but I mean, that's all we're going to find here, unfortunately. So I took a look at that, and then I also used our Baja fuel filter before I put it in the tanks, and it's a good thing I did. I'm going to take the camera over and show you what that looks like now. That is a lot of black sludge that's appeared. Did not show up when I was looking in the glass jar, so I'm not sure if just like one jerry can kind of had a bad batch or what, but definitely glad I used the filter. And since we've got all that sludge on there, I'm going to pour out the remaining diesel, clean up the fuel filter, so I'm going to be using that all the time here in Indonesia. And then we're going to be using our secondary fuel filter before we even turn on any engines and stuff like that to try to just do one more clean through. I'm going to add some additive for the diesel, hopefully counteract some of the biodiesel, and kind of keep our fingers crossed and hope that we have no problems here. I mean, there's just not a whole lot else to do, unfortunately. Hey, you.
Hey.
While I was busy working on the diesel this morning, what were you doing?
I went to the market.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff going on.
Bought all kinds of stuff. Some stuff I don't even know what it is.
That's kind of exciting.
Well, that's actually not true. Well, no, that is true. I bought stuff I don't know what it is. Yeah, I bought corn, which is like the first time I think I've ever bought corn in a market. They grow it here apparently. So I've got weird things. I have written down the name of this thing. And I've got cucumbers. This is it's called a gamba, or a juvenile loofah plant. So apparently you can eat the young loofahs. Don't know what I'm gonna do with that. These are a member of the starfruit family, and they're very like sour. Taste a bit like limes, like a combination of a lime and a starfruit. This is palm sugar. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm excited. And we got some spinach here, or some kind of dark leafy green. And then this was fun. I went to the sweets table and said, 2 of these, dua, and bought a whole plate of stuff for us to taste. You want to know how much all this cost me?
I'm guessing it was less than we would have spent in Australia.
Less than $10.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Hey you.
Hi.
What's going on today?
We have our big day today.
It's a long day today.
Yeah, so it's about 8:30 and we're at the dock. We have a bus here that's going to take us to the expo center, and it's a big traditional show today. 5,000 students are supposed to dance, and there's traditional ceremonies, and we'll have a big communal meal together. So yeah, we got about 50 cruisers here.
All the boats that are still left?
All the boats that are still left, pretty much. So we'll see what it's like today. Yay. We're all sunscreened up, we got some water, we got, whatever we think we may need for the day.
At each of the rally stops, there were local officials who were responsible for helping to organize events. And at this one, they definitely proved their worth. The expo center was up high on a hill with a great view over the harbor, and it quickly became apparent that us cruisers were VIP guests for the day. We were escorted into the big pavilion tents, where we got front row seats to all the activities. There were over 100 women using traditional looms to weave the brightly colored cloth we had seen all over the island. One of the more fascinating things we got to witness was a dole-dole ceremony. Legend has it that a prince was born a sickly child, and his father the king had this ceremony performed when he feared for the child's health. When the prince grew up strong and healthy, the king decreed that all children under the age of 5 should undergo the ritual. The kids didn't seem too happy to partake, but it was interesting to watch the woman in charge mix a special blend of herbs, prepare the fish, and bless the children. One thing I don't think we will ever forget from this day was the number of selfie requests we received. I got a few, but Amy with her red hair was the star of the day. Alright, what's going on?
We are all seated. There's like probably 1,000 people here. And we have this beautiful meal in front of us that we're invited to partake in. And yeah, all the cruisers are kind of divvied out between everyone. So, but we have people from the local government who are like chaperones. So we have Nur here, who speaks English very well. Say hi, Nur. Hello. Welcome to Buton Island. So yeah, it's been quite the day already. It's not even noon.
Before lunch could begin, the big politicians had to give their speeches. The mayor was there, along with the governor and several other bigwigs as well. In all, we waited over an hour, but it was well worth it. Pretty good, huh?
All kinds of stuff. We've been eating a lot since we've come to Indonesia, but we're still finding new foods.
Kinda cool.
Yeah.
After lunch, our chaperones took us into the convention center for a bit of a rest and to get us properly attired for the afternoon's activities. Amy had no trouble figuring out hers, but I required a bit more help.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, for act like this.
I like it. Now we're good.
Yeah. Looks good.
Once we were all ready, we were led down to VIP box seats. There, we would have an amazing view of the cultural performances that were going to be broadcast all throughout Indonesia. So what's going on now?
We are waiting for the big show to start.
Yeah, there's a lot of people down there, isn't there?
Yeah, unfortunately we're kind of sitting in the shade. We're losing our shade, but there's apparently 5,000 students down there dressed up in costume, and they've been standing out there for like 2 hours or something.
I'm pretty sure if I was out there I would have passed out already.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but it looks like we're almost starting, so
Fingers crossed.
fingers crossed.
the official dances were over, it became one big dance party celebration. So of course, we had to go down and be a part of it.
It's crazy. It's like we're famous. Everybody wants to selfie with us, and we have bodyguards holding them off.
Oh my goodness, is this crazy or what?
It's crazy. So we came down onto the main floor, and we just got rushed with people. Selfie, selfie, mister, selfie. And my cheeks hurt because I've been smiling for selfies all day. I mean, it's cool that they are so excited about us, and it's part of their culture, but it's exhausting.
The day had been a long one, but it goes down as one of the best cultural experiences we've had so far.
Hey y'all! Thanks for watching our video on Pasar Wajo. We had a great time. We want to say a big thank you to Rusty and his team in Pasar Wajo that helped us keep the cruisers organized and make sure that we had a good time. If you'd like to learn more about the festival, I have a link to my blog post down below. And that also includes amazing footage from the local news with drone shots of the festival. So be sure to check that out. When we were in Pasar Wajo, I also did a cooking class, which was really neat, and I didn't video much of it. So instead, you'll have to read about it if you'd like. But there's a lot of interesting recipes and insight into Indonesian food. Hope you guys enjoy. We'll see you guys next time.